this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back again with my Tim Holtz Paper Dolls and thought let's come along and have a bit more of a play and sort of see what else we could do with them. So I've got my large images here, and I mean this is nothing kind of revolutionary because I've seen lots of people actually kind of using wings with the paper dolls before, but not necessarily such wide wings, large wings. So yeah, I thought this would be quite a fun way to update our paper dolls. So I've just got literally a couple of the blue ones here, so just cut this one out. Now I'm kind of down to the last of my paper dolls, so I'm going to actually order some more, to be honest, because yeah, I do quite like them. I mean, it took me a while to get the hang of using them or get into the mode of using them, but actually once I did, I've actually really enjoyed them. So yeah, I'm going to actually order some more. I feel like I've actually seen other ones now, a different set. I know that there's a Halloween set, and to be honest, that's not the set that I'm wanting. But yeah, I feel like I may have seen some other ones, but I might be wrong. So I'm going to have a look and see, you know, see what there is. But yeah, I just thought that I would come along and we'll have a little bit of a play with some of the last ones that I've got left from the packet that I have had. I mean, like I say, I've actually had them for ages. So, I mean, they've turned out really phenomenal value because when you get a lot of paper dolls in there, and they really do last you, you know, a pretty long time, I have to say. So I've got a couple of the boys here. So I've got this boy here. I've also got this one. Now, I've got this butterfly, but I'm thinking, is this going to be a bit small? It's okay, actually. Let me just cut this out. Okay. And again, you know, I kind of did wonder about having boys with the butterfly wings because, I mean, obviously, you know, yeah, the butterflies feel like they should be on the girl figures. But having said that, obviously the figures that I mainly have left now are the men. So, you know, of course, I'm kind of looking to just use them up. And, yeah, that's kind of like how it is, I suppose, isn't it? You know, and to be honest, I mean, in crafting, does it really matter? Does it really matter if, like, the majority of them are actually men and now going to be male butterflies? Not really, does it? So, yeah, just quickly cut this one down. Just thought we'd do two different shaped ones, you know, so we've got a bit of a different look going on. So, like that, okay. Don't know whether one is going to look better on here than the other. I will just double check because I have got a few. I mean, like I say, they are now predominantly men. But I mean, I've got this little boy. I mean, he looks a bit like he should be holding on to something, and I'm not sure whether these wings are. I mean, they're pretty huge compared to him, aren't they? But I guess he could be like a little dot. I'm just going to see what it looks like with the tiniest figure in the middle of those giant wings. I suspect will look rubbish, but let's just have a look. Just for fun. Oh, he just looks like that, you know, on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where the boy gets shrunk down, you know, with the television thing, but with the Choco vision. Yeah, just taking me back to my childhood there, but yeah, he just looked like that, didn't he, with those giant wings. I mean, that man, I have to say, he looks really miserable, doesn't he? He's like, oh, I'm not impressed with these wings. Why have you put these on me? Yeah. Okay, so from that point of view, I'm thinking this little boy probably is best. Yeah, he's like stood, you know, stood at a bit of an angle, which, I mean, of course, they obviously work best if the person's kind of like stood straight on, don't they? I mean, he's perfect because he's literally stood, you know, completely like almost like completely square on. But this one's not too bad either, to be honest. So I'm just going to be super lazy and hot glue this down. Again, for no other reason than quick, easy and lazy, if I'm truthful. So yeah, like that. How cool does he look? Okay, I mean, so to be honest, he could just go like on a page now as like a belly band. So you could just glue him on either end or either side. And he'd just be like a perfect belly band, wouldn't he, on a page? Which, how cool is that? So yeah, I really like him actually. So let's just move him to one side. This one I'm going to do exactly the same. Just literally have him, you know, glued on centrally onto this one. Like I say, I mean, this one to me just works brilliantly well because he is stood face on. Okay. Or square on, perhaps I should say. Okay. Just put him down there. Okie dokie. There we go. Yeah, I mean, how cool do they look? So, like I say, I mean, I have seen people do the butterfly rings before, so I mean, it's nothing kind of new, but they do look pretty cool on the really big ones, don't they? So, yeah, really like them, and they feel lovely. Now, the other thing that I thought that we could do is have a bit of a play around with these typewriters. So, just going to cut the typewriter down. Oops, she says. Okay. Like that. And then I'm thinking kind of hook my person on somewhere on the typewriter. Now, I don't know whether we want to kind of like have some paper going through, because I know that we did an art journal layout once and we had like some paper fed through the, like the roller. So I'm thinking we could maybe do that. Or we could just have them sat on the typewriter. So let's have a look. I mean, it might not really add anything by having the paper hooked through. So yeah, we might kind of think, oh, that's not really added anything to that piece. But, you know, having said that, it might look quite cute. So I've just got this man here who is obviously a sitting piece. So he could sit there on the typewriter. Oh, what a shame, because he looks like the wrong colour, doesn't he, to be sat on there. Let me just try inking him and see whether he will kind of like go more the colour of the typewriter. Hold on. And again, I have seen videos where people have coloured their paper dolls. I haven't really done that with mine. You know, I've just left them really the colours that they are. I should really be a bit more adventurous, but just going to ink that space there. And that one, just, you know, in case it's kind of going to show through at all. Or he could be sat there. Oh, I quite like him sat there at the bottom. What do you guys think? Just like he's sat on the bottom of the typewriter. Yeah, I think that looks quite cool. Right, let's just see. I don't know whether we could have a label or anything. That might just look really weird, but yeah, because the thing is, the typewriter's like that. So that label, if it's straight, that's just really odd. And if it's like that, that's probably even more strange. So yeah, I think we'll just have him sat at the corner. So again, just going to, oops, hot glue him down. Like that, okay. Like that. Okie dokie. And then, yeah, let's just try putting a piece of paper coming out. So I'm just going to take one of these. Oh, my printer's been playing up really badly for the last like few days. So yeah, hence I'm now a bit covered in black all over my hand. So I do apologise for that. I'm just constantly having to unjam it, you know. The paper feed is constantly jammed. So it seems to be since I've moved my room, which I know that sounds crazy. I don't know whether actually moving rooms could really affect, you know, how your printer wants to be working. I mean, that just sounds like a crazy thing to say, doesn't it? But honestly, it's since I've moved, so I don't know whether the printer's not liking it. You know, maybe the floor is not quite even or something like that. But definitely, it's not happy. Not happy at all where I've moved it to. Right, this is very annoying because I don't have my craft knife with me. Oh dear, right, okay. So I'm going to try and cut this here. Probably should have done this before sticking that man down because it's now making it a bit tricky, but right. I mean, I probably really should just go and get my craft knife, but well, we'll just try and bodge it here. Okay, so oh dear, like that. Don't know whether I've actually cut a big enough slot now for this, but it probably will be easier to cut my paper down rather than trying to make that slot bigger, because yeah, that was proving a little bit tricky. So let's try again. Okay, just fractionally more. Oh, come on, no, fractionally more still. Honestly, like with all these things, you know, they often take so much more cutting down than you expect at first, don't they? Right, there we go. What do we think? Like that. So I'm just going to, oh, again, just be really lazy now and just hot glue that there, and then just hot glue this. I mean, that hot glue is complete nonsense, really. Overkill. Did not need to be hot gluing that at all, because yeah, it really didn't need hot gluing. Wet glue would have been fine. But obviously, just, yeah, I'm on a mission now, so it's like, oh, let's just do whatever's quickest. Right, I'm just getting a new hot glue stick. Come on. Yeah, a new hot glue stick. Okay. Pop that there. Ready? Now, do we want to have any lace or anything coming out with him? Because I know that's, you know, a little bit strange, but, you know, because I'm just thinking that could then just be on a page on its own. Now, also, I've got, and I don't know why this has even entered my head, but for some reason, I'm kind of wanting to have one of these paper clips somewhere. Don't ask why. No idea. It's completely an irrational thought, but, well, perhaps I'm just thinking that I could paper clip that onto a page. Or perhaps, I mean, other than the fact it's like covering that man's face completely, I just thought that would be quite, you know, quite cute really to add to that. I know that's a strange thing to do, but to me that just looks quite sweet really for some reason up there. What do you guys think? I know it is a bit strange, isn't it? But yeah, there's something kind of like saying to me, oh, that's quite nice. Let's try a wax seal, and I've just got some of that ribbon still here actually from you know, the last time that I had used it. So let's just cut a couple of bits of that down. It's just hung up on the hook behind my desk, so sorry about that. So just cut that down there. Like that, okay. Oh my goodness, how lovely does that look? I love how that looks. It's really, I mean, really quirky, like very strange, but very quirky, isn't it? And yeah, there's something quite fun about quirky sometimes, isn't there? So yeah, I'm really loving how that looks. Don't know whether that's the right colour wax seal. I finally got round to doing some wax seals the other day. I had been meaning to do some for like yonks and yonks, and Why it's taken me so long is just beyond me, but yeah, I finally got some. I have to say I did not make a very good job of most of them, so I've only got one or two that are, you know, really nice round circles. But I don't mind that, you know. I actually think they're quite nice when they're a bit irregular. So yeah, I'm just embracing the irregularness of them all. That's quite a nice one on there, isn't it? So I'm just going to hot glue that down on there. Now the hot glue, I'm suspecting, is going to melt the wax slightly, so I don't want to press the wax on the hot part, you know, yeah, where I've just hot glued, because it may re-melt it. That's okay. Once it's, you know, as soon as it's kind of like gone a bit cooler, you can press. But just right at the very beginning, I'm thinking it would remelt the wax. So if I just pressed it instantly, I'd probably get a big thumbprint stuck in it. So, oh, I love how that looks. That is so pretty. You know, you could just have that just on a page. You could have it kind of like at the side, like a sort of tuck spot, or yeah, however really that you wanted. You could have that on a tag. I mean, it would obviously be like a giant tag, but yeah, I really like that. Let's do another one of those, because that was such a cool, fun thing to do. So yeah, I've got another typewriter. Let me just cut this one down. And I've got a sitting down lady, I think, because I don't think I've got that many sitting down characters left. But yeah, I'm sure that when I went through them just now, I think I had a sitting down lady as well. I think I have actually got another one of them men, but he's in the smaller size, which might just then be a bit too small. So, okay. Whoops. Cut that around. Okay. Oops. Okie dokie, right, let's have a look. So my sitting down lady, which was this one, I think, yeah. Now she's also leaning on something, so she's sitting and leaning, so I kind of need to, you know, make sure that she's somewhere where her elbow could be propped as well. So she might have to go actually up here on this one. So do we want to do the same type of thing again, where we put like a piece of paper coming out? Because I did really like how that looked, I must say. It looked very fun, didn't it? So yeah, let's try that. Again, I'm probably going to have to cut this way smaller than I expect. So let's do it like that. Oh, again, wishing I had my craft knife, but no, I haven't still. So yeah, let's make that little slit here. Okay, just then cut that, oops, cut that along. And on this side, oh dear, come on. Okay, this probably still is too wide, yeah. Let me just cut it down slightly more. Okay. Yay, right, like that. So that would go in there. Actually thinking might have to have it this way round. Then she'll cover up that sort of crown type piece. Oops. Yeah, like that, I think. I'm wondering whether I could be clever and try and cut that paper round. I don't know whether I'm going to manage to do this, but yeah, just because I thought, well, does that need to be sort of as if it's flopping? As if it's flopping over. Oops. Let me just... Right. Yeah, that might be a little bit better because it's got slightly the more the, you know, the angle of like it's flopping down more. Yeah, I like how that looks. So She is going to be, now do we want her down here or do we want her there is the question. Probably about there, I think. So yeah, I'm going to glue her down and then I will glue kind of like from the back, holding that sort of, you know, phony piece of paper in place. The phony piece of paper. Oops, where did I say? Did I say there? Oh, forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Right, yeah, she's kind of like there. So again, just going to ink around. I'm going to obviously ink around that piece of paper quite a bit. Hopefully kind of like making it look like it's got some shadow here. You know, as if it's like tipping over, folding, you know, through the typewriter. Right. Those little spaces. Okay. Yeah, looking good. Right, let's just quickly glue it here at the back. Whoops, to hold it in place. Like that. Okay. Yeah, she looks very cute sat on there, doesn't she? So let's just see. Again, I've got those labels, which I know this is weird, but just going to try it because where we can see more of the typewriter this time, it might not look so bad being, you know, not skew-if, but at an angle. What do you think? Or do we think it just looks better without that? Do we want to have anything like, you know, like the banner that we had on the last one? Oh, I should have had it coming out from her, really, shouldn't I? But yeah, I didn't really think of that, to be honest, until just now. So what if we just do like a bit of lace or something coming out around the bottom? About like that. Oh, I don't know. Do you know, I think probably she is better left like that. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean, the man, I really like him with the wax seal, but her, I don't think there's really anywhere that we can sort of squish one. So the only other thing that I've got here is I've got a couple of the clock faces from my large images, and I don't know whether we're going to be able to incorporate a person with these, but let's give it a try and see. I mean, originally I was thinking, I wonder if we could make the people the hands, which I thought would be very, very quirky. I'm now thinking that's just really, really, really weird. Like, I'm still going to try it. Like, I'm still going to try it, even though I'm thinking it's really, really weird. But, you know, I'm going to have a look because, you know, when something enters your head, it's like, well, I've got to now see what it looks like because otherwise that's just going to keep on entering my head. But, oh, he's too big. See, this is the problem. I'm now not going to have... Oh, look, she's massive as well. I've got this one, which is titchy. So she's kind of like the right size. Yeah, I mean, I would need another one. You know, so I've got the two hands. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Let's try it this way round. Oops. I mean, the only other thing really would be to have it through her head, but that's probably just even weirder. Oh, that's, yeah, very, very strange, isn't it? So, yeah, I might not be able to have those people on the clocks. Unless I kind of have like a gathering. Just like a little gathering on the clock. That's quite fun, actually. I mean, really, I'm just trying to use up these little people that otherwise I, you know, possibly struggle to kind of use. So, yeah, what do we think to that? I actually think they look really cute on there. So I might just, yeah, just put those there. So I'm going to put the old ladies down first. Again, just being super lazy using the hot glue. You know, there's absolutely no need to be using the hot glue, but, you know, just want to be quick, and then I just know it's glued down really well. So yeah, like that. then the next one is the man. Now he can be glued everywhere because of course he's, you know, he's stuck fully on the clock, whereas like those ladies, they're just hanging off, aren't they? Hanging off the clock somewhat. So, yep. But he is fully on. Okay, like that. Okie dokie. That's looking good. Oops. And then these little girls. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, look, I've got a big blob of glue down there. Okay. So the little girls, should we have them like there, kind of more next to him? They look quite nice, don't they? Right. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, you know, I did definitely think, oh, how am I going to use all these little tiny ones? Because, you know, they are so small. But actually using them like this, they're looking really good. And, yeah, I've actually really liked them. What do you think? Do you quite like these little bits that we're making with them? Or do you think it's just very strange? And it's fine. If you think that's, you know, it's very strange, that's also fine. But, yeah, I'm kind of quite liking them myself. Yeah. I mean, we could even have like that. Let me again just check with this. I mean, this is just kind of giving me a bit of a... Actually, I've just remembered, because I've tried to be a bit more organised lately, and so I've made a few things up front, you know, up ahead, so that I've got some bits ready to use. And one of the things that I made, and now of course I now can't remember which drawer it's in, but one of the things that I made were some little ribbon banners. So let's just see. I think that's really too big, but maybe a brown one. Let's just try that with the gold. That's quite cool, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, I quite like that anywhere, really. Yeah. What do we think? Probably down here is best, I think, out of all those places. What do you reckon? Yeah, I think probably down there. So let's just glue this down. I just thought having some of these bits ready-made was going to be pretty handy. So, yeah, I just kind of like while I was watching TV, just, you know, cut and glued some ribbon into the banner pieces. And then, you know, on another evening, I just made a bunch of the wax seals ready. And, you know, it's nice to then have those things ready to go, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, I think they look really, really cool on there. And, you know, like I say, I mean, those, you know, very tiny paper dolls, I definitely, you know, my first thoughts were, oh my goodness, how am I going to actually use up these tiny ones? So I think this is, yeah, quite a fun way to use them, actually. So let's just see if we can have another one. You know, little cluster of people on this clock. So, yeah, let's just take that. Okay, and... okay. I mean, those people just happened to look really good, didn't they? Have the clock the right way up, perhaps. That would be a good place to start. Okie dokie. I mean, I've got this sitting down man. I quite like having one sitting off, I have to say. That looks quite funky, doesn't it? Having the sitting down man. I mean, yeah, she doesn't look bad there. Let's have them like that. So, again, he needs to sit on first because he's just tucked under that other man slightly. So, pop him on there, like that, okay. that one. And now this one. Okie doke. Okay. So here's on there. Then my lady here. Oops. Just have her kind of like lower down but to the side. Now I'm just going to check just before I stick her on. I mean, I might have this without, you know, without a little banner, but just in case, let's just quickly check now. You know, just in case we do want to have a wax seal, and, you know, it might then vary where I put her, I suppose. So let's just see. Not sure about the banner on this one. Strange, isn't it? How, you know, just different ones, even though they're so very similar. You know, like the typewriter. I thought that man just looked really good with the banner and the wax seal. The lady, she just, yeah, she just didn't look right, did she? A bit the same with this. So, yeah, that's my little cluster of people on that one. Don't they just look lovely? I really hope that you like them. I mean, I just think they're very, very, very fun to play with, aren't they? And, yeah, I mean, then obviously you could do all sorts of things with this. And I'm looking around to see whether I've got an envelope or anything that I could just kind of demonstrate. But no, of course I haven't. Right, hang on a second. I have got one behind me. You know, that could just go on the envelope. I mean, how awesome does that look? I mean, actually, it looks really awesome because it looks to me a little bit James Bondy. I don't know why. I mean, not that James Bond was in this period or, you know, anything else. And obviously there's no gun or anything like that on here. But, yeah, for some reason it just looks a little bit James Bondy to me. You know, could maybe just have a little bit of doily poking out. Then the clock. Maybe a bit of lace or something, you know, just down the bottom or to the side. And then, I mean, I've got kits with sentiments saying time flies. I can't, you know, grab my hands or lay my hands on something right now. But, you know, a little sentiment then just saying maybe time flies or something like that, you know, maybe a bit of stamping in the background. How awesome does that look? It just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Let me just pull in another one just to play around with, like, say, the people on the typewriter. So, I mean, this one, obviously, you know, with the clock, I'll just put that to one side. And then let's just pull in one of those typewriter ones. Oh, and I forgot all about these guys with the butterflies. You know, her on there, or him, because I'm just loving that one with the wax seal. Again, just like that. Maybe a bit of doily or something in the background. You know, like that. I mean, seriously, there's like no, you know, no effort to this whatsoever. But that's just come together then absolutely brilliantly, hasn't it? You know, obviously she's going to look, you know, pretty good too. The clock with the wax seal, that would look pretty cool. You know, and then you've got your two butterflies, which, you know, I'd said before about having them maybe as a little belly band piece, or if you wanted to have them on an envelope, you know, obviously these are sort of longer, so they'd maybe have to be switched round so they were that way on your envelope, or of course you could have them on your envelope flap. That would be really pretty cool, wouldn't it? So a kind of envelope flap idea there, you know, again, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Even have a little bit of doily behind him, you know, something like that. It's just going to be like a very, very, very fun embellishment, isn't it? And, you know, like I say, I mean, they are coming together in no time at all. It's a great way to use up some of those little you know, the smaller size paper dolls that maybe you're kind of left over with or struggle to use, or yeah, you know, if you've got an abundance of men like I have, you know, then you could obviously just use them in these ways, and yeah, it's going to use up lots of your paper dolls pretty quickly. So yeah, hope you like some of those little paper doll ideas for your junk journals, and thank you so much for watching. I see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.